Leave him alone.
Oh, look, Potter. You got yourself a girlfriend.
Did you know that Bonnie Wright was only 9 years old when she was cast as Ginny Weasley in the Harry Potter series? Today on Collider, we'll explore how Bonnie Wright landed the role, her lack of screen time, and her preparation to play the youngest of the Weasley siblings. Let's dive right in.
Best do it at a bit of a run if you're nervous. Good luck.
Wright comes from an artistic family. Her parents are jewelry designers and her brother is an artist. Her brother had read the first 2 books in the series and told her that she reminded him of Ginny Weasley. Even though she didn't have any prior professional experience aside from school plays, she convinced her mom to let her audition on a whim, as Wright says.
Hello.
Her mother reached out to Bloomsbury, the publisher of the books in the UK, to ask if they were casting, and they told her to send pictures of Bonnie to the casting directors. Shortly after, she gained a screen test for David Heyman, the producer, and Chris Columbus, the director. Wright originally had to audition for Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone using another character's dialogue. Wright played Ginny Weasley, the youngest and only daughter of the Weasley family. She is first introduced when Harry notices the Weasley family at platform 9 3/4. She has a brief appearance as she watches her older brothers and Harry cross the magical barrier to catch the Hogwarts Express. It is not until the next movie, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, as a first-year student at Hogwarts that she takes on a more important role in the series.
Congratulations on making Gryffindor. Your father and I are so proud.
Because Ginny had only one line in the first film, which was wishing Harry good luck, Columbus decided to give her more lines just for her audition. She recalls, "I actually read Hermione lines because they didn't have any other scenes for me to read. So they were like, you're just going to have to read this character."
Nicholas Flamel is the only known maker of the Sorcerer's Stone.
What?
And Wright's audition was a sign of things to come for Ginny's portrayal throughout the on-screen adaptations of the Harry Potter series.
The fat lady, she's gone.
Ginny's character development was also an afterthought. In the first book, she expresses how starstruck she is and how much she wanted to go to Hogwarts. However, in the film, this entire speech was reduced to good luck. If the writers had kept her lines from the first book, this could have helped establish Ginny's fiery spirit and interest in Harry. After all, they do get married in the epilogue of the series.
She's been talking about your summer. Bit annoying, really.
In the Chamber of Secrets adaptation, Ginny is given a central focus for the first time. That is because her story of being possessed by Tom Riddle's diary is integral to the plot. Throughout the year, Ginny unknowingly pours her thoughts and fears into the diary, confiding in what she believes to be a harmless journal. Instead, Tom Riddle's memory manipulates her, taking control of her mind and forcing her to open the Chamber of Secrets, releasing the basilisk to attack students. By the time Harry finds her in the chamber, she is unconscious and pale, lying on the cold stone floor as her life force fades. Tom Riddle appears, revealing how he slowly drained her energy to regain strength, leaving Ginny helpless and on the verge of death. As Riddle taunts Harry, explaining how he used Ginny as a pawn in his plan, the tension builds. Her fate now depends entirely on Harry destroying the diary before it's too late.
I swear, I didn't mean to. Riddle made me.
This was Ginny's most significant storyline in the films, but in the following films, the story failed to develop Ginny's character. Fans of the book know that key elements of Ginny's character, which include her sense of humor, her chemistry with other characters, and her constant eagerness to stand up for what is right, were abandoned. Instead, Ginny is largely reduced to just being Ron Weasley's sister and Harry's eventual love interest. One major frustration for fans was Ginny's portrayal in Half-Blood Prince. In the book, Ginny is bold, independent, and assertive. She dates other students like Michael Corner and later Dean Thomas, and she isn't afraid to stand up to her brothers or even Harry himself. Her relationship with Harry develops naturally, built on mutual respect and growing chemistry.
Look at her eyes. They've been fighting again, her and Dean.
However, in the film adaptation, their romance feels rushed and lacks the depth Rowling originally wrote. Ginny's character is noticeably more reserved, and her dynamic with Harry loses its playfulness and organic buildup.
Open up, you. Don't you trust me?
One notable example of this shift is in the Room of Requirement scene. Instead of a more lively and flirtatious interaction, Ginny silently helps Harry hide the Half-Blood Prince's potions book, a completely different tone than their book counterparts. In the film, Ginny tells Harry to close his eyes and then quietly kisses him, a moment that felt awkward and underwhelming compared to the book's more passionate and exciting romance.
Did you and Ginny do it then? What? You know, like the book. Oh, Yeah.
Wright attributes this lack of character development for Ginny to the fact that the books of the series were still being written when the first film came out in 2001. No one knew the importance of the youngest Weasley sibling or what the future would entail for her. Wright notes that she never had conversations with producers about where she would like to see her character Ginny go. There was just no room for much change in those scripts. Regardless of the amount of screen time she had, she still studied the strong-willed character that J.K. Rowling created.
Associating with muggles.
One advantage of working on Harry Potter films was the chance to work alongside some of the greatest British actors around, like Alan Rickman, Dame Maggie Smith, and Oscar winner Gary Oldman. They taught Wright the valuable lesson that any role, no matter how small, is an important part of storytelling.
I'm gonna cut your heart out with a spoon! Then it begins.
These legendary actors sometimes had cameo roles or smaller roles, and she watched how they took every minute of their screen time and made it their own. She notes that Alan Rickman, who played Professor Snape, was the most intimidating due to his method acting style, something she greatly valued and respected.
You dare use my own spells against me, Potter?
She also notes that Gary Oldman was one of the more fun actors who taught her a lot about the value of enjoying the craft and not making it feel like work. She, like the rest of the fans, was sad to learn of his character Sirius Black's eventual demise, not because she was going to miss the character, but she was going to miss having Oldman on set.
You've done beautifully. Now let me take it from here.
Taking the advice of the more senior actors, she used any appearance for Ginny as an excuse to portray her acting chops and reveal to the audience who the character really is. Like in the Dumbledore's army training montages in Order of the Phoenix, we see her display her bravery and courage like a true Gryffindor, and an important trait for Ginny. Taking a page out of Rickman's book, she would often stay in character off-screen to really get into the mindset of Ginny while the cameras weren't rolling. This helped her present a more authentic and emotional performance even without any lines.
Someone grab him!
She spent much of her free time outside work and school, assisting and observing other creative departments. She watched the costume designers create the Hogwarts wardrobes, the visual effects and creatures department design and build the magical creatures, and even the prop department design and create all the wands. She realized that even the crew behind the cameras, no matter how small their role may seem, played an important part in the making of a film. Using her knowledge of the filmmaking magic, this allowed her to better show off her Quidditch skills on screen. Although the wizarding sports game is always green-screened with stunt choreography to make it look like the characters are flying, it involved being physically fit and agile to imitate flying on a broom. She even taught herself sword choreography like the main trio of actors, to properly portray a lot of the spells cast throughout the films. Her dedication to the craft of acting helped her shine even when her character was written out of several plot lines.
It's all right, Ginny. It's over.
Wright may have not had the opportunity to play Ginny Weasley the way she or the fans wanted, but it definitely helped her gain the confidence in becoming a filmmaker, thanks to her time on set for all 8 Harry Potter films. Just like how Ginny gains the courage and bravery over the course of the series, so too did Wright. She went back to school and earned a filmmaking degree and has gone on to become an indie director, with several of her projects hitting film festivals around the world. Bonnie Wright's time as Ginny Weasley may have been limited on screen, but her adoration by fans will be long-lasting. She was the perfect casting choice and made the most of her time on set in one of the most famous franchises in film history. Do you have a favorite Ginny Weasley moment? Let us know in the comments. Keep the magic of cinema alive, and we'll see you next time on Collider.